Happy Thursday, everybody. Thank you so much for downloading or streaming the Be Our Guest podcast. Scotty G joins me today for the replay of Sunday night's live call-in show. That was Sunday night, June 22nd, 2025. During this show, we took a lot of calls, man. The phones were ringing off the hook. Andrew called in from out in Utah and gave us a brief trip report on a day with three guys going around Disneyland, and they did every attraction at Disneyland in one day. Well, except for my favorite attraction. I know. And it's a minor attraction, but they got it done. They give some great stories, tips if you want to try this. And that was a lot of fun. Trisha calls in from Indiana, talks about a fun challenge they did at Walt Disney World last week where they saw all of the Walt Disney World Resort hotels in one day. We also get a question about Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party coming up this fall, actually late summer, and more on today's show. We also debut the podcast cruise logo in the middle of the show, and that was a lot of fun. Don't forget, today's show brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, or Adventures by Disney vacation for no additional cost to you. Coming over to a platinum earmarked travel agency like the Magic for Less. Check them out today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. Just click through the link and that supports the show with each and every purchase. Appreciate it so very much. Again, beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you so very much to our Patreon supporters. You guys make this show possible. So a huge shout out to all of our patrons. You can support us as well, just $5 a month. And for that support, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. Come over this week. We'd sure love to have you. Patreon.com/Be Our Guest Podcast.
Ready to take a trip to the world? You found the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. This is where your memories come front and center on our podcast stage.
Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the BOGP Open Line for Sunday night, June 22nd, 2025. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Sunday night to you. Welcome to summer. It's coming in, man. It's hot here in the Midwest and most places in the country. So cool off with us for the next hour. We're going to be talking Disney World, land, cruise line, whatever's on your mind at 407-584-7173. That's 407-584-7173. The phone lines will be open in about 5 minutes. But joining me, he got up early this morning to tackle 18 holes up in Michigan and is taking care of business literally already this afternoon and is here for the open line. We're going to be talking Disney. Scotty G from Must See Adventures. What's up, Scott?
Happy Sunday, Mike. I almost didn't think I was even going to make it today. I had to do some work for my real job today. But you know what? I told them, my boy Mike needs me, I have a commitment with him already this Sunday. And you know what? We just got it done. So happy to be here. And it is blazing hot. When it's this hot and you like to golf on Sundays, that's what you do. You just wake up at 4 a.m. and you travel, and then you just make sure you got that 6 a.m. tee time so you can be done by 10 because my God, by the 14th hole, I was dying. We were all just dripping in sweat and we still had 5 holes to go, but we survived. We did it.
Well, tying it back to Disney, as I recall that the one time we played LBV, which you're going to be playing with a couple of our listeners here coming up after the podcast cruise in about 3 weeks. I think we kind of packed it in the last couple of holes of LBV because it was marathon weekend.
And we were trying to get to the expo.
We're trying to do the expo, and I'm like, forget this, dude. This course has already killed me. I'm done. My back is jacked up. I'm like, pack it in. Let's go. I was done. Yeah, so it's happening.
We just I think we played the first 12, 13, 14 holes, and then we just did a 2-person scramble for the next couple, and then we were just nope, let's just drive the rest of the course.
Yeah, I still remember that. Yeah, the back. We were over, right next to Saratoga, and I'm just like, I'm done with this. We gotta get to the expo. We're here we gotta change. We gotta get to business. We're here for doing.
I know where we went for lunch after that. We went to Cruise Cup, and I missed that burger that they used to have at Cruise Cup. Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Best burger. Yes.
Man, it was the best.
So that's one thing we talk about tonight. Where do you get a good burger? I mean, we don't have any topics really to bring to the table, but I see some of our listeners are tuned in. I see Billy Bean over on Instagram. Shout out. Will be sailing with us with his wife here just two weeks from tonight. 2 weeks. We'll be on the ship, seeing a show right now, getting ready to go to see to have our first dining experience at Rapunzel's Royal Table, I believe, the first night if everything holds. We'll see, crossing our fingers. We'll definitely be dining somewhere, but I think that's where our first dinner will be. But tonight at the bottom of the hour, so at 30 after, so in about 25 minutes, we are going to show the official logo of Be Our Guest Podcast Crew 7. And I'm telling you what, man, Scott and I have been sitting on this now for about a week and a half. We've shown everybody in our families and friends. It kills me every time I look at it. It makes me happy.
It's funny. It's funny. It's fun. Yeah.
It cracks me up. So we're going to
I'm at that point though, where it's like my count. This is always a fun moment for me where my countdown is like less than like, or kind of close to matching like my actual trip. So like my trip is like 11 nights, 12 days. And like my countdown is like at 10 or 9 days. And that's always like fun for me. It's like, oh man, I got to get through all this. And like, that still wouldn't even be the length of our trip. We still have 2 more days. Like, that's always kind of fun to like look at, so man, so excited for this trip.
So I'm going to take care of this real quick because I see a comment in the chat from Paul over on Facebook. He says his family's coming in to St. Louis. Gingham's or Hobos. I don't know where Hobos is, but Gingham's, you can't go wrong. Scott, you've been to Gingham's.
I've been to Gingham's. Yeah.
Gingham's rocks. That's where the old people go and it's always good. So you can get all kinds of food there. So Gingham's. Okay. So whatever you want to talk about, I see that we have lots of folks tuned in, tons of people tonight. I guess everybody's staying in because it's so hot everywhere. So shout out to Jessica. She says finally out of school up in New Hampshire. Man, we've been out of school in the Midwest for like a month, but hey, you made it. I can't believe it. School's getting out still, but you did it. Congratulations. So let me open up the phone lines here. Let me get that going and we can talk about whatever's on your mind, cruising. Because I do have some things I do want to talk about cruising, but I do want to open up the phone lines and not hog the conversation. So if you want to give us a call, whatever's on your mind, we can talk about what's going on down at World, out of Disneyland with the 70th. We have our first call, so let's hit this and
Look
see
at that.
what we got. No, we don't have to wait. All right, so let's do this. And hello, caller. Hey, who's there?
This is Andrew from Utah. Hey, Mike and Scotty.
Hey, what's up, Andrew?
Hey, just hanging out. Thought I'd share kind of a fun, really quick trip report that we took to Disneyland recently that was very unique.
Nice. Let's hear about it.
So we do a trip every year with my wife's family. We go on to Newport Beach, and it's something they've been doing for like 40, 50 years. It's been like a family tradition for a long time, and we do with several other families. We finally figured out this year that it'd probably save us a lot of time and effort if we haul down a bunch of our beach stuff and keep it in a rental unit as opposed to trying to haul it down every year. So me and my 2 brothers-in-law decided we packed everything up and hauled everything down, found a rental unit to drop everything off, and we thought while we were down there, hey, let's hit Disneyland. And so we went 3 middle-aged guys, hit the day at Disneyland. And we also had the idea, let's try and hit every single ride in the park while we were there. We'd never done that before. We're frequent visitors to Disneyland. So we did. We were able to accomplish it. It was crazy, but it was a lot of fun.
Ambitious goal, and you did it. I like it.
You sent me an email about this, and I was, we were kind of corresponding about this. So give us the because that's intense. I mean, I can imagine because you did every attraction. I mean, that's a lot at Disneyland. That's a ton. So, like, what was the hardest challenge you had to come up like to power through to get this done?
So it was really interesting. So my brother-in-law came up with the idea, and we thought, hey, we visit the park a lot. We've never done something like this before. Let's give it a try. So we did get Lightning Lane, which helped a ton. And we rolled the dice and decided to walk onto or rope drop Rise of the Resistance. And being frequent visitors, that's generally like a 50-50 proposition of whether that ride's open or not. So we took a chance and it was open. So we went on that. It only took us about 15, 20 minutes. And then we just started pounding the lightning lanes and trying to hit some of the big attractions, walk on. And then one of the keys was trying to get to all the Fantasyland rides mid-morning before the crowds really came in. And so we started just hitting all those rides. And one of the most unique and funny things was getting into line at Pinocchio, and we were the only ones in line and then the only ones on the ride. So we probably got a bunch of crazy stares, three, guys in their 50s running around, hitting all these Fantasyland rides. But we had a ton of fun. And I will tell you, there were some rides I haven't ridden in a long time. So it was fun to hit some of those rides that I hadn't ridden and just experience the whole thing, right?
I like that because it gives you like a purpose to go on things you would otherwise just say, we'll do it next time. Because like it's kind of like you have to, right? Because you're on a mission. And you know what? Here's what I say. Everybody else was probably thinking you guys were like Imagineers or something. Like they got to be Imagineers. That's what I'd have thought.
So one of the funniest things was us trying to get in and out of a teacup because those doors kind of like open inside, they don't open outside. And so we're trying to maneuver, and we caught a guy, a dad that had his kids on and was like taking pictures of us because I think he thought that was the most hilarious thing he's ever seen. Seeing us try to cram into a teacup and trying to get out. It was actually really funny. I don't think he noticed that we noticed that he was taking pictures of us, but we kind of laughed. But it was a great day. We were able to get on everything. I will be completely honest. The only thing we didn't do, and this is, I know, is a favorite of yours, Mike, but we didn't make it on the canoes.
Oh,
we didn't make it to Tom Sawyer's Island. So that was the only thing that we did not do. And so I guess you can't say we went on every single attraction. That was the only thing we didn't do. But the one that was the toughest was Roger Rabbit, and that was because that thing had a long line all day, and Lightning Lane kept pushing out until late in the night. But we waited and hit the two rides, Toontown, the coaster, that little Chippendale coaster, and then Roger Rabbit after all the evening entertainment, and they were walk-ons. So we even had time to see Fantasmic and Paint in the Night. So it was great. It was a lot of fun, and I would encourage anyone who has never done that and thought, hey, let's give it a try. It's entirely possible, and it's a lot of fun.
That I love hearing this. I mean, it's a great succinct, a little report about this. Now, for one thing, we talked too. I'd never done Roger Rabbit. That's one attraction I've just never done because it has that cartoon spin in the title. And I asked you like how, because I'm not a big spin person. I don't like the teacups. I can't spin too much. Scott, have you done that one? I've never talked to you about it. It's
been a couple of years. Yeah, I have done it before though. Yeah.
I mean, what do you think of that attraction? Because I've never done it. I know because I've never done it with you.
It's fun. Obviously. It's fun. It's I think it kind of has like a cult following. I think like people like really love that one. I think that's why Andrew was running into like the long lines that day, But it's one that like I won't wait like a super long time for. But like if I'm back there, like and I see it, I'm like, yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah, I think it's kind of hidden too. It's kind of like that Monsters, kind of like a Monsters ride over DCA, right? I mean, you would not know that thing was there. You got to kind of stumble upon it.
Yeah.
Fortunately, it's not going to be there for much longer.
Stop! I love that ride. It's such a crime. It's such a cool little. I mean, it is small and not popular, but it's cute. It's a great dark ride.
Yeah, I do think that the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway probably has increased the popularity of Toontown, so that probably has brought more people to Roger Rabbit. But what I described, Scotty, to Mike was it was kind of a combination between Mr. Toad's Wild Ride and the teacups. That's kind of if you're kind of blend those two together, it kind of is the style of that ride. But
that's great.
I don't get on that very often. It was fun to do that kind of to end the night, and it was awesome. It was a lot of fun.
So real quick, what advice would you give? Like one lesson learned or something? Like somebody wants to give this a shot because I'm sure somebody listening right now is like, oh, that'd be kind of a fun way to tackle Disneyland. I've been there 5, 6, 7 times. Maybe one day, I got a crazy uncle or something. Give it a shot. What would you say? Like lesson learned? Like what's one piece of advice you'd throw to them?
Yeah. So what I'd say is, I think we had a pretty good strategy. We tried to hit as many big rides that we could walk on as possible. That had short walk on, and then we just started stacking our lightning lanes because for the late morning and afternoon when lines started getting really long, and then after we kind of gotten through some of those big rides in the morning, we started hitting the Fantasyland rides. So you don't want to wait too long to hit the Fantasyland rides because they'll get really crowded kind of midday, afternoon. But you can hit them an hour and a half, 2 hours after the park opens, you can hit them all pretty quick. So we were able to knock all those out. And then by lunchtime, afternoon, we kind of stacked some lightning lanes and just started hitting some of those. And it was fun. It's like we had our list and like what next, and we'd look and see. And I think the longest, we actually hit it on a really good day. It was a Saturday in May, but it wasn't too crowded actually. And the longest line we waited for standby was Peter Pan, and it was probably 25 minutes.
Oh, that's good.
So it was a great day. We picked a good day, good weather. Hit some snacks that were awesome. Cheeseburger, loaded French fries at the Golden Horseshoe were my favorite. So if anyone's out there and wants to try them, that's a good snack. So.
Yeah, I got to get out there for that beignet kind of fried chicken thing that's in New Orleans Square. I'm obsessed with that thing. Have you seen that? Like there's a like
yeah. Is that at Tiana's?
I think it's at
one of their places in New Orleans Square.
I think it's like at the Royal Veranda maybe. It's in New Orleans
Okay.
Square somewhere, but I mean it's like a beignet that's got a fried chicken kind of thing on the inside of it.
Oh man, that sounds really good.
It's got coleslaw on it. Yeah, let's go. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So good. Hey, I appreciate the call. Way to kick off the show, and man, what a great way to have some bonding over an exhausting but amazing day at Disneyland.
Yeah, it was fun, and we took a ton of pictures. Our family were following us on social media while we were home, seeing their dads run around Disneyland. So that was a lot of fun. But thanks for letting me dial in, and just a quick shout out to Scotty. I love the YouTube channel. We did a Norwegian cruise a couple years ago, so it was fun to see your videos of Norway from last summer. So
I appreciate that very much, Andrew. Yeah. Like, what'd you think about that? Like, isn't that like the most beautiful place? Like the fjords, like, my gosh, it's just breathtaking, isn't it?
You can't even describe them to anybody. I mean, it's like and pictures really don't do it justice, or video. It just was stunning. It was beautiful, and we were there in end of May, early June. I think you guys were there maybe a few weeks after us, but it was like spring runoff. Huge amounts of water coming through these fjords and off the cliffs and into the ocean, and just absolutely beautiful. It was a great time. I'd love to go. My wife and I want to go back to Norway. It was one of the prettiest places I've ever seen in the world.
It just opens up your eyes, right? Just like there's so much beauty in this world, and it's like I want to see more of it, but like I want to see that again too, right? It's
yeah, exactly.
Like I want to go to all these other places, but like I want to go to Norway again. But yeah. Totally. Awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed that too. Yeah, like had to maybe we'll see each other on a cruise in Norway sometime. Cool. Like, that'd be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Would love that
for sure. That'd be great.
Awesome.
Well,
thanks for the kind words and watching the channel. I really appreciate that.
All right, thanks, Andrew. We appreciate you guys. Take care out in Utah. We'll talk to you soon.
Have a good night.
All right, you too.
Bye-bye. Thanks, you too. Oh, man, that's a fun challenge that they did.
Oh my gosh! When he emailed me about it, I'm like, God, that's a lot. Like in Disney,
it's a lot. Here I'm talking about being tired. Like now I'm like really tired.
He's like, hold my Coke Zero. We're gonna go on every attraction at Disneyland. All right, we got all these calls coming at the same time, so hang on.
Oh man.
Let's see here. All right, caller, who's there? Oh, hang on.
Orlando, how are you?
Oh, sorry, I didn't have it potted up. Somebody in Orlando. Who is it?
It's Nico in Orlando.
Hey, Nico, thanks for calling in. What's going on?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. I've been listening to you guys for a few years now, and I usually work Sundays, so I never get the chance to call in. Me and my wife just got home. I got on Instagram. I said, oh, my gosh, now's my chance. I'm going to do it.
All right. Well, that's awesome. So work on Sundays. I feel your pain because I got to go to I work right after the show ends, too. So I hear you.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been wanting to call in for a while to tell you guys our story.
All right.
I'm Cuse Juice on Instagram. I've been interacting with you guys a few times.
Oh, nice. Cool. Nice. It's good to put a voice with a screen name or handle or whatever we're calling it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Screen name. That's from 1990s,
well,
Mike.
I don't even know it. AIM name, whatever. I'm old. So shut up. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna tell you. Been listening for a while. I actually started listening to you guys when we were planning a trip. I lived in Syracuse my whole life. And my restaurant was closed that I ran during COVID. My wife said, hey, we've never been to Disney. You want to go? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And it was when they were still doing the 25% capacity.
Mm-hmm.
And we went for a week. I was like, wow, this is a lot cooler than I thought. And then jokingly, I was like, what if we moved here? And she was like, yeah, I know, right? And then on the plane ride home, I was like, I think we should think about moving there. And she was like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah. And 6 months later, we flew down to look at apartments, and a year later, we were here.
Wow, that quick. Holy cow.
Yeah, that quick. I mean, she was a traveling nurse at the time, and I was kind of willing to open up to different jobs, and it all worked out perfect. And now we're in Lake Mary, about 40 minutes away from Disney, and we've been here for almost 3 years.
So you hear about that all the time, right? I mean, because like, you know, over in our clubhouse in the Discord channel, I mean, this conversation happens monthly with our listeners. I mean, I could name probably 10 people right now. I'm not going to call the people out right now, but they're like, Mike, don't call me out. But there's people in there that are always like, I'm going to move there. I'm going to move there. And I mean, I used to say that a while ago, and I don't think, you know, I don't know, because I think that my fear is that if I live there, I wouldn't be vacationing there anymore. Right. Because I get, like Scott was just talking, right? We're getting ready to go down for our cruise, and Scott's going down for a Walt Disney World vacation with it. And for me, a part of the excitement is the whole looking forward to it, right? The pack in, you know, I didn't fly forever because I was scared to death to fly. So even kind of the whole going to the airport thing's kind of still new to me and all that stuff. You know, if I live there, I don't know, like if it would have, and Jason and Veronica and stuff, they live right there basically in the backyard in Celebration, and they still look like they're having a blast too. So I don't know, like, what's your take on that? I find this super interesting to people who move to Central Florida. So what do you say to that?
You know, I kind of was nervous of the same thing, and I was like, is it going to be a great place to live, or is it just like a vacation town? And honestly, it has not like lost its spark. I mean, when we first moved here, like I said, besides that one trip, I think we both went to Disney once when we were like 10. We kind of remembered it. And we were going probably once a week the first year. And then life gets in the way. I mean, we're still, you know, we're both 28 years old. We have full-time jobs. And sometimes we aren't able to go for about a month, but it's almost more fun because it builds up that anticipation again. And I'm listening to the show, and I'm seeing a new treat. And as you guys know, I mean, my parents have never been. And when I tell them we go so much, they're like, oh my gosh, what do you just go ride Space Mountain, you know, 3 times a week? And I'm like, you guys don't understand. It's a whole world. And I mean, we'll usually do one park when we go. So if we're going maybe once every other week, you're not hitting a park maybe once every 2 months. So Disney does such a great job at changing with the holidays and everything like that. And still to this day, we really do say we're on vacation every time we're there. We really feel like it. I mean, we try to, I know the other day you were saying once you park your car, you try to use all the transportation, and we try to fully immerse ourselves in that. Tuesday, we're actually doing our first little staycation. We got a room at Caribbean Beach, and that'll be the first time we've ever stayed at Disney before. So we're really excited for that.
That's what I was wondering, like if you guys would do like a weekend or something at one of the resorts, because and Scott and I we think a lot of alike when it comes to our Disney vacations, and we're 100% locked on this, that I think we're more into the resorts now than the theme parks. Like that's at least, it's probably 60-40 more. We enjoy the hotels probably more than the theme parks, especially in the summer. Scott, I mean, take over though. I mean, that's kind of, when I'm down there, I enjoy the hotel experience, the whole bubble experience kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. I just love Nico's story here, you know, just living in Syracuse, and I'm going to go down here like 20. So that's kind of interesting too. Cause like you experienced that 25%, you know, like that reduced capacity. And so I could see like, well, yeah, this is going to draw me in. This is awesome. Like, I love this reduced capacity. So
well, that was the one thing too. I was like, wow, I feel like we almost ruined Disney for ourselves forever, because I know it's not going to be like this next time we come back.
Yeah. So that's what I asked. Like, how does that transition for you now? Like, cause I mean, it's just full crowds all the time. I guess being a local probably doesn't impact you as much, right?
I mean, we find the right times, you know, if we're open because we've been on everything a bunch of times. So we'll most of the time we're going to Epcot, you know, even on days after work, we'll go grab a drink and walk around for a few hours.
That's the hack for being a local though, right? You just said it right there. Like after work, you can use Epcot as like, I'm going to dinner. But I'm going to Epcot
Oh, it's
for
the best.
dude. When I hear that, because like I see people doing that to the locals, I'm like, you people, like I gotta
So I
like
feel
my town. I
I
can't go
feel
to
like we
Epcot.
use it in both ways. I feel like we'll do a full immersed full day, or for instance, they have these promotions right now for the pass holders, 40% off
Yep.
some dining.
Yeah, like Coral
Last
Reef
week
and
we
stuff
went
like that.
after work to Toledo, and we were there for 2 hours, and we left and just went home. But I like doing the full experience. I mean, like I said, I think we're going to start doing it a little more often now that we're getting more time. But Tuesday morning, we're going to wake up about 6:30. We'll get there about 7:15, check our bags, and
That's cool.
we'll pretend we don't have a car, and we won't touch it until we leave the next afternoon.
I love that you're doing that because that gets you the vacation experience, right? You're gonna not be a local
Absolutely.
for a little bit. So what are you looking for? Like, I mean, obviously probably the hotel experience, right? Are you gonna really take in Caribbean Beach, maybe swim in the pool? I mean, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I am a planner, even though I like to say I'm not. I always say I'm not going to plan anything, and then my wife Cassie will be like, "All right, so you want to go over here?" I'm like, "Well, no, I think at 12:30 we're actually going to go over here," and then, but she's great. She just goes with the flow. So, of course, I have it planned out. I think we're going to rope drop Hollywood Studios, and then head over to Magic Kingdom, and then I think. We made reservations for Flying Fish. We've never been there before. So I think we'll go only to Magic Kingdom for a few hours. We're not as worried about getting a full day in the parks because we can go whenever. Like you said, kind of take advantage of the resort. So I'm thinking come back early and enjoy the resort and then get ready for dinner and walk over to Epcot after.
Man, that's a good day. I've never been to Flying Fish either, but I know Pam Forrester. I think that's her one. That's in her top 3. And Scott, you like it too, right?
I do like it
That's
a
one of
lot.
your
Yeah.
top real places.
Flying Fish, you think seafood just by the name, but like, dang, they have like a really great steak there. Ooh.
I know you said that, and that's what I'm getting. I've already made my mind
Oh,
up.
there we go. I love it.
The chart that I already looked at the menu, and she's like, "Oh, you know what you're gonna get?" I'm like, "Yes, char crusted New York strip."
That's
You
so
can't go wrong,
ironic.
Nico. I'm telling you, it's so good.
Yeah.
Well, hey, man, we appreciate this perspective, and it's good to talk to you. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, guys, it was nice to finally speak to you guys. I'd love to meet up soon. I'm trying to get more involved as I get more time, and it was awesome being on the show.
Hey, appreciate it. Hey, if you're free on July 5th, we're going to be at Splitsville that afternoon before the cruise, so feel free to swing by that afternoon. We'd love to see you.
All right, that sounds great. Have a good rest of your day, guys.
You too. Talk to
Have
you
a great
soon.
one.
Bye-bye. All right, real quick before we take the next call, let's do the hang on. Oh, hey, we got another call on the line, I think. Hang on. Is this Nico still? I don't know. We have another call. Maybe I think I had somebody on hold possibly. Hello, caller. Are you there?
Hello, this is Matt in Pittsburgh.
Hey, we got Matt in Pittsburgh. Some weeks we beg for callers and we just have them like pull it out of the woodwork. What's up, Matt? Sorry if I had you on hold. My apologies. I'm still figuring out this
problem at
phone
all.
system. What's up?
I enjoyed the whole music. It was good
we
dancing.
have hold music.
There's
What?
hold music.
Who is it? Sting? What is it? I don't even know. We have we're this fancy.
The things you learn.
We don't have hold music. Come on now. This is free.
It wasn't as magical as the Disney hold music.
Dude,
It
no.
was fun nonetheless.
Okay, I'll tell you what. So as travel agents, we call in I call in like a gajillion times a day, right, for my work. This is the most insane thing that I didn't get for like the first 2 months that it was going on. So they gave us this option about a year ago where you can turn off the hold music if you want. And I do it immediately because I've heard the hold loop 1,000 jillion times in my life. I turn it off immediately so it's just silent so I can watch TV when I'm on hold. I know it's killing everybody, right?
Painful.
But you don't have to listen to it as much as I do. Like, I know everybody else is like, oh my God, how do you not love the hold music? It's not that I don't love Disney music. It's the same loop I've heard 1,000 million times. So to turn it off, listen to this. You have to type in 82. But it comes back like every 15 minutes. Like it's just dead silent then. Like, I mean, you got to always look at your phone like, oh my God, am I still on hold? But it'll come back like after 15 minutes of just being dead silent and it'll say, you are still connected to Walt Disney World. If you would like to turn the hold music back on, press 7-1. Do you know where those numbers come from?
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
we know what
yeah.
those
I mean,
things
it's
are.
Epcot, but I didn't get that for like the first forever. I'm like, oh, dude, that's the year Epcot opened and the year Magic Kingdom opened. But it's so funny because I wonder how
I'm
many people
sure
get that.
Matt from Pittsburgh has something to say, but like
I
what you
know. I
should
just
do
had
for
to
your
tell that
hold,
story.
what you should do for your hold music though is have like, if you could set this up, is have old podcast episodes like playing in the
Dude,
background.
This is Google Voice. This is free. I don't even know what that was. How
That'd be
he was on hold,
amazing.
dude. He just popped in. He was like here. But what's up, Matt? Sorry for the story. Go ahead.
No problem. I want to piggyback off of Scott's golf talk a little bit.
All right.
I'm here in Pittsburgh. We had the U.S. Open here
Yes.
about a week ago, and me and my dad were able to go see some of that, and it was just a great experience. So I'm talking to my brother, and we want to gift him a trip to Disney World to do some golfing here in July.
Nice.
Our plan is to do a Saratoga stay and a couple rounds at Lake Buena Vista. So
Very
got
good.
the hotel booked. Just wanted to ask you guys if should we request a certain portion of Saratoga to stay in? Is there any way we can stay at a close part of the resort and then just walk over to the golf course, or how does that work? Because we've never really stayed at Saratoga before, and we've never golfed at Disney before.
Yes, and you kind of put me on the spot here. I feel like I gotta open up a map now because like there is a section that you could be kind of closer. So, because it's like kind of near like the boat launch, like the turf club area is kind of where like the clubhouse is for the golf course. And I'm trying to think if I can kind of picture a building that's somewhat close to that area.
You kind of
so-
see it when you go by in the Sassagoula boats.
Yeah, you do. And I'm trying to figure out what building that is, and I'm not sure if it's like why do I want to say premier? Is that the wrong word? Like
Preferred. It's preferred.
preferred. Thank you.
Mhm.
I'm not sure
See,
if it's
I
preferred
do know
or
that
not.
because I have the whole music turned off. I can help you there. Yeah. So
So it sounds like are you running clubs then, Matt? It sounds like too.
That was another question we had because we've never done this before. Obviously, we do have our sets of clubs, but just the pain and the paying extra to ship them down there from Pittsburgh, we'd like to just rent them. But
sure.
with three of us, and we're going to, obviously there's three of us, me, my brother, and my dad, is it possible just to rent two sets of clubs, one for each cart, because we really wouldn't have a problem sharing clubs, but I'm not sure if Disney would allow that.
I don't know. That's a great question. You kind of stumped me on that.
So
one.
you wrote this question in, right, for a listener question show? Because I think I scanned this.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it because I think I saw it in the queue. When I first, and I don't know the answer to this one off the top of my head, but my gut tells me that Disney would not let you do this because
I think they
it would
want
be,
everyone to rent their own clubs.
they would want because two things. One, obviously, it's a revenue loser for them, but it could also be a pace of play kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Out on the course.
Yeah.
For them.
Yeah, 'cause we're not the best, and that would be tough if I shank one to the left, and then my
Exactly.
dad
Oh,
goes
yeah.
over, and we gotta trade a sandwich.
And a lot of
for
and a lot of
set
times
like,
too, Matt, you'll learn too. Unlike a lot of recreational courses, even I play in town, they do a lot of cart path only play out there. Because the courses get a little wet, like the fairways get wet, so you'll have to drive only on the cart path, and then like take your because sometimes you don't know the distance, right? Like, well, am I hitting like a 7-iron or 8-iron here or a 9-iron? So you like take 2 or 3 clubs and then you carry them out to the fairway. Well, not me, it's always the rough. But so my goal is like if I knew what I was doing, obviously I'd hit it in the fairway. But secondly, I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to hit it as close to the cart path as possible so that I don't have to walk all the way across on the other side of the course. And I mean, that doesn't happen like all the time, but I just want to give you a heads up on that. So a lot of times it will be cart path only. So sometimes you can't drive exactly right up to your ball too.
Cool. Yeah. Obviously, since we are staying at Saratoga and Lake Buena Vista is real close, we're gonna try to do that on a Saturday. Have you golfed any other courses? We're thinking maybe doing Magnolia on a Sunday or Monday morning too, but or should we just try to stick to LBV?
I mean, I highly recommend doing the other ones too, just to get some variety, right? Kind of switch it up a little bit. So if you're doing like a golf trip for sure,
Yeah.
I wish, and I feel like I got to email their golf company because now you have me intrigued, Matt. Like if you're doing multiple rounds, like, can I just rent the clubs for like 3 different rounds for like the same price, because that's where it gets
Right.
kind of pricey if you're, if you're renting them for a round at LBV and then renting them for a round at Magnolia, like, I feel like that
I wonder if
stinks.
there's, I wonder if there's, you know what? Is there not like a third party, like golf club rental company in Orlando? I mean, it seemed like that'd be a business.
But I'm sure there is a
They
business
could
for
deliver
sure.
right
There's
to
so
your
many golf
resort. You know what I'm saying? I
courses.
mean, they
Yeah.
deliver strollers. They deliver, like high quality golf clubs for like a weekend. There's got to be somebody that does that. I'd look. I'd Google it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I like going back to your first course. I like the. Oh, what area is this?
So what? But we did. Speaking of that, though, he's asking. Did we play the Palm or the Magnolia when we played with Phil and Wade?
we played the Palm.
The Palm, but that course was way more forgiving than LBV. By the way, it was like
It is.
It was way more forgiving. So that one I enjoy. I mean, LBV was more fun, but dang, that course was hard. Holy smokes! Like over by the Polynesian and the Grand, that was a lot easier to play.
Agreed.
It wasn't as exciting, but man, I could find my ball a lot easier. It was a lot more wide open. It reminded me more of like, the courses back home.
Yeah, we're looking. Obviously, the heat's going to be an issue down there, but any tips for staying cool in it? We're going to have cooling towels. We're going to have spray bottles. We know for sure we want to do LBV on a Saturday night, teeing off at like 6:40 p.m. We were surprised at how low the just the greens fees are. It was like $39 per person, so that was a decent price compared to what it is in the morning. So that's why we're going to golf in the evening. And we said we'll pay for 18, and just like you guys said earlier, like we'll try to get through 9, maybe 12, 13, and then we'll just drive the cart for the rest of the holes.
Sometimes you just can't get through all of them.
That's a good rate. I mean, that's a great rate.
Yeah,
Holy smokes.
that is a good rate. For sure.
That's great. And it's a great course, man, but it's
is it this July? Like next month? Is that when you're going down, Matt?
Yep, we're the last weekend in July. So got a 3-night stay at Saratoga the last weekend in July.
Nice. It's gonna be a fun trip. That's all. And I like it. I mean, I love it. The Saratoga playing LBV, then maybe hitting over to the Palm Magnolia. Yeah, you guys are gonna have a ton of fun. I mean, yeah.
And you can't go. I mean, you can't go wrong where you stay there, but like one building I'd recommend is I like the grandstand, and like you get a lot of golf course views. Like there a lot of the holes go by the grandstand, so the chances are that your room is going to have a golf course view if you're in the grandstand, and then that's just kind of fun before or after the round. You just kind of sit out and you can just kind of watch the golfers go by too, so that kind of adds on to the trip a little bit too. So I kind of would recommend the grandstand, but honestly, Matt, you can't go wrong with any room at Saratoga. They're all really great in my opinion.
Sure, sounds good. Yeah, great. I'll take grandstand. Is that we could just walk to the clubhouse at LBV from there too?
Kinda. I'm trying to look. It's tricky. The Springs area might be your closest, but the problem is that's usually the preferred rooms is the Springs. So, and I mean sometimes you can still get a preferred room without booking a preferred room, but
you always want to book. If you want it, you should book it. Yeah. But I mean, how far of a walk is it? It's still quite a walk, though, isn't it, over to the clubhouse?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a big resort, so it's going to be a little bit of a walk.
I'd say it'd be a mile,
regardless of where you're at. What was that, Mike?
I would say it's a private mile. It'd be about a mile walk.
I mean,
I would guess
we can handle that. We're going to be walking a lot anyway, but
yeah. I mean, as long as
there's the Eternal shuttle too. There's a Eternal bus shuttle too that can take you, which is kind of nice.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's as long as you're cool with it. Yeah, I mean, that's what. Yeah, just I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind walking it either, but I just want folks to know, because it'd be like walking to Disney, it'd be like walking across to Disney Springs and then going down to Cirque or something, and then a little bit further, about that distance, I would guess, to get to the clubhouse.
Mm-hmm. I think that's going to be your closest one, though. I think, and I think you email Mike, so I can even email you too if Mike wants to forward me the email.
I'll forward that.
But I have some building number suggestions too that I can send you that I would request as well. That kind of gets you a little bit closer as well.
Great, I appreciate that. Thanks for your time tonight, guys. Really,
take care of
appreciate it.
All right, stay cool up in Pittsburgh, and then hit them straight down there next month.
Yeah, have fun. It's going to be a blast.
Yep.
All right, take care. Thanks for the call. All All right.
Doo-doo-doo.
So there was a sound. The doo-doo-doo sound when you're gone. All right. So we got to talk podcast cruise for just a second. 2 weeks from tonight, we'll be on the Disney Magic. Hopefully it won't be this hot. And we got to show the logo. So you have it, right?
Okay. Yeah, I can cue it. Yeah.
Okay,
I got it queued up. So,
do we need some?
all right. I mean, you might be overhyping it.
Well, I think it's hilarious. I mean, but I'm easily amused. So for everybody going on the podcast cruise, this is going to be the logo. It's not on a shirt or anything, so don't get too excited. Hang on, let me get this off here. Okay, there. All right. So designed by Scotty G and Elizabeth.
Okay. This is mostly Elizabeth.
Mostly Elizabeth.
Liz did a lot of this.
And I just like
Mostly
saw versions of
Elizabeth,
it and got to like text like suggestions and encouragement along the way. Mostly cracking up, like showing my wife.
Yeah.
Here it comes. Boom, there it is.
There it is.
Magic at Sea with Mike and Scotty G. Where'd it go? There it is. So there's a podcast logo. Yes, we are ready to sail. We have a logo, and we can't wait. Yeah, that's going to be. Oh, you did the one with the. Oh wait, no, that's right. I thought you did the one with the mustache.
Oh, no. No.
I was like, oh my god,
mustache.
did you make the one with the mustache? I was like, did you put that on the sticker? Oh my gosh. So yes,
No.
so we are ready to sail. We have a logo. I don't know what my what lanyard I have and the backpack with the one strap, but we're ready to roll. I mean, we're happy. We're
Dude,
getting
I mean,
on a
I feel
cruise
like
ship.
you. I feel like you wear a lanyard and you like.
Yeah,
have
well,
your
I'll have a
backpack
lanyard on.
sometimes.
Yeah, and I do wear a backpack. I mean, that's nails. I'm right. We'll have our hats on. Yeah, I mean, this is it. Yeah, so, I mean, you tell ChatGPT and boom, there you are. You're on a cruise ship. So,
I mean, yeah, Jet may have like gave us a start, and then Liz went in and did a lot of other stuff to it. Yes,
it's so good. Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
I do like it. I do like the logo. It's fun.
Stop looking at it. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. When you have when you have.
All right,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
When you have teenage
I was
daughters,
saying like now.
When you have teenage daughters, man, it's the best.
Now I'm gonna make it my profile. I'm gonna make it my profile picture now. Now that we've officially shared it, So.
Yes. My nose is big in that thing. I need to. Maybe my nose is that big. I don't know. So yes, so that's our podcast cruise logo. So we'll have that all around you'll see that on the Magic in 2 weeks. But we need to give some tips though about just what to expect for people that are cruising with us for the first time. So one of the things we are going to have is a daily itinerary. We're not going to like schedule a bunch of stuff, but we will have some things like some meetups each day, just casual meetups. Of course, we're going to get to the ship on Sunday. Everybody is going to get on the ship between like noon and 3, probably noon and 2. The first thing you'll probably do is go to Cabanas and have your lunch. Look for everybody up in Cabanas, and we'll have paper itineraries to hand out to everybody. But here's the thing. We'll also have a PDF of the itinerary in the clubhouse. So if you have internet access, if you buy the internet package, you'll always be able to check in the clubhouse with a digital copy of our itinerary of what's going on. And so we'll have, we'll have lunch together on the islands at Lookout, and we'll tell you where we'll meet there. Castaway Key as well. We usually eat at like Cookies 2 at a certain time, usually pretty early because everybody's hungry. Just stuff like that. We'll run the 5K together, whoever wants to do that at Castaway. We'll have impromptu stuff too, because we don't know what events are going to take place till we get on the ship. As far as like we know there will be a silent disco, but we don't know when. We know there'll be trivias, but we don't know when. But we'd like to play the trivias together and stuff like that. So Scott, what advice do you have because a lot of folks don't know exactly what happens on a group cruise like this.
Yeah, for sure. It's just basically like, and don't feel like you're going to be left out. Like if you want to like do an activity and there's like another like thing that's happening, like don't feel like you have to go to like our meetup. Like if there's something that you really want to do, like the 5K for instance, like don't feel like you have to do the 5K.
No,
like go do something else. Like, go get your beach chair. Go do something else. Like don't feel like you have.
Yeah, 100%.
Don't. I think I have a lag, Mike. I'm sorry.
Oh, do you know? Because your video's right.
So sorry about my lag.
No,
here.
you're fine. Go ahead. Yeah,
Yeah, so
you must
like
have a lag. Go
that's
ahead.
one of my biggest things. So like just this is your this is your cruise, so don't feel like you have to do like all the activities. If you want to be included in activities, heck yeah, like come on and join us. Like it's a lot of fun. Like me and Mike, we become BFFs with the cruise directors, like the party planners. Like they'll know our names after the first night usually, so we're kind of hanging out with them. Like come join us. We'll get like a bunch of chairs and tables reserved and all that. Like we just have a good old time. So Mike is going to be childless on this one, which is a little different. So
Yes.
I will still have mine, and she likes to do a lot with stuff with us, and she's going off to college. So while it's cruising with Mike and Scotty G, I am going to have to spend a little time with Emily G as well on this too, but we're just going to have a great time all together. It's going to be so much fun.
Yes, come hang with us. Also, like we have some of I know we have a little bit of lag, I guess. Your video synced up perfectly though, which is weird in my head. So, so we are doing some mixology classes and some tastings and stuff like that. And so if you're curious about like what Scott and I have ours synced up together because we checked in together because of our Castaway Club status. But if you want to try to get in on those same classes, let us know when we get on the ship and we'll let you know like the ones we're in and what time and what day, because a lot of times you can sign up for those on the ship. They'll have extra capacity. So if you want to join us for that, we'll let you know which ones we're doing and you can see if you can slide into those too. I was just mentioning that if like folks would want to know like the classes that we're like the mixology class that we're doing or the margarita tasting. And if like once we get on the ship, we'll let everybody know the ones that we're in. And if they want to try to get in, because sometimes they'll let you slide in a couple people, we could do that too. Because,
for sure.
Like, because we just did ours, we synced ours together because we were pretty high up in the Castaway Club level. So we got them in early. But yeah, I'm super excited because again, come and go. You don't have to come to all the events, but you can, can't, but we just want to give you the opportunity. We want to hang out with you guys and have fun. We got a small group this time, which I'm super excited for because we're going to really get to know each other, I think. And, 5 nights, have a good time, eating dinner together. We're all in the same rotation. We should be in the same part of the restaurant. Hopefully I've told Disney Cruise Line that, and we'll have a good time. So I'm getting excited and we'll have little goodies. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
Hopefully they won't like throw a curveball on you and they'll be like, oh, he hits 8-2 when he books this, so we're gonna break his group up.
Dude, no, I hit 8-2 for World. The Cruise Line, listen, you can't duck the music on Cruise Line, unfortunately. The Cruise Line music's a little bit better, so Cruise Line's just a little nicer with their online like call-in stuff. So, all right, phone line's back open 407 584 7173. Well, I didn't have to say it because we got a call. Everybody's calling in tonight, so let's get this one in and. Hey, who's joining us? Thanks for calling in.
Hey, this is Trisha from Indiana.
Hey, Trish, what's up? Is it hotter than smoke in Indiana because you're in the middle of Scott and I, and it's like super hot for both of us. It's so hot.
It's super hot, yes. I was calling because we just got back from Florida, and we're joking that we brought it back with us because before we left, it was cloudy and rainy for like weeks. And
yeah. Okay, so it's your fault.
We brought it back.
Thank you. Well, thank you. It's great. Wonderful.
You're welcome.
Thanks. What's up?
Well, like I said, we just got back, and I thought that Scotty G would love to know that we stayed at Old Key West and absolutely loved it. So, had a great vacation.
That's awesome. I mean, it's my home. It's my home resort. It's my home away from home. Do you know what building you were in or what section you were in? What did you like about it?
Awesome room. We were in, I think, building 62, so it was right across the street from the main building. Couldn't have asked for a better location. And we had stayed there last year just for a couple nights, and we were all the way in the back, I think like building 49. So we got really lucky this time. But it actually felt like a vacation. And as you guys were talking about earlier, we go all the time, so we love the resorts more than the parks, and it just really made for it just felt like we were actually on a vacation. We didn't do it too hard and just had an absolutely great week.
And I think too, with Old Key West, that resort more than any of the Walt Disney World resorts lends itself to that, because I've always told, my wife especially, that when I stay at Old Key West, I chill out. Like it's almost like its own little village or like a retirement, not like an old folks home, but just like it is just like you're retiring or something to Florida, and everybody is chill there. You know, like at Pop Century, Caribbean
Exactly.
Beach, Coronado, people are like, they're hustling. You know what I mean? It's hustling in a good way. There's energy, but like there's just a chill all over Okie West, and I love it. It's so
Totally
chill.
agree.
Yeah.
And Abby even said, she said, I just don't feel like we have to get up and rush because
No.
it just didn't seem like most people are rushing, you know? Because, you know, we like to get up and run. So we don't get going that early because we get up and run. And so that's just how we want to do it. And we don't feel bad for not being, you know, we usually stay at Pop and people are in line for the Skyliner while we're out running. And then you start feeling behind.
Are you running right now?
I'm just walking.
I was gonna say, I know you. You're probably running right now.
No, I'm actually avoiding my husband and son because they're inside waiting for the Pacer game, so they're incredibly stressed out.
Ooh, good idea to be out of the house. Game 7, isn't it? Right? Game 7 tonight, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Yeah, nice. How you guys feeling about my Sophie Cunningham in Indiana?
Is she on? I don't even know what you're talking
Well, she's
about.
She's on the WNBA team. She's taking care of Caitlin Clark. This is the whole thing. She took care of somebody that fouled Caitlin Clark the other day, and she's like an internet sensation now. She played for Mizzou. It's nothing.
Well,
she wiped
sorry,
out a girl the other day.
Out of the sports, so
no, it's okay. So did you guys go? I got to ask the $1 million question. Did you guys have Olivia's while you were there? Please tell me you did.
we did.
Okay.
My daughter did get the buttermilk chicken, but
thank goodness.
Abby and I got salmon because that's what we like. But we did eat there, and it was. We just had a great time. I'm like mostly sad. Like I don't even think, you know how you say, oh, the last place you stay, you feel like that's your favorite. But we really had a good time. Like I definitely think I think for race weekends, we'll stick with Pop because we love the energy there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, I don't know. I just kind of feel like there's just a different vibe for race weekends. But I think for like summer vacation, I think we're definitely planning on Old Key West again next year.
No, I'm with you. Like you're right. I mean, and I've always said this, right? That's the greatest thing about kind of the inventory of the Walt Disney World resorts is like there's something for every type of a trip. And I agree with you. Like, like marathon weekend, there are certain resorts that just like Pop Century just has 1 million runners and like you feel it staying at Pop. Like everybody's running around in sneakers and, like calves that are popping and, like it feels that way. And, but like Old Key West is just, it's my summer spot. You know what I'm saying? Like it's where I want to just be in that big pool, like under that lighthouse, and just to stroll over to Goods to Go and grab, a sandwich and just sit under those picnic tables. Like it doesn't scream running to like a race weekend, even though it's great right by Epcot and it would be great for a race weekend. It just does. I don't associate that with a Run Disney weekend. Like it's not, it's more summer.
Totally agree.
It's summer to me. Actually, I bought an umbrella for our deck, for our patio table. That's that blue color of Old Key West. Cause I love it so much. It's my Old Key West umbrella.
Makes you remind you of it.
Yes.
I get it.
Nobody else gets it, because it doesn't match anything. But go ahead, Scott.
I'm kind of the opposite though, because like I love it like in the wintertime because it just makes me think of like summer. Like man, because I'm like, I can't have this at home right now. So like put me in like that situation because like I can't have this right now because there's like 10 inches of snow back home and it's 15 degrees. And then I will say, like, it's my favorite resort to stay at for Run Disney races because, like, it is like a 2-minute bus ride back home. Like, it's so good.
I mean, that's the whole thing. Is like, I mean, you can't go wrong. It's a good point. You're there.
Yeah. I see that too. So, but it's nice to kind of think, we still love Pop and love having the Skyliner. So, kind of gives us both. But yeah, the only day we did push it hard, and you guys will appreciate this, is we went to all the resorts. So it took us 11 hours. And the hardest thing, like not having a car, was like when we'd have to go to the All-Stars, and then we would bus back to like Animal Kingdom, and then take another bus to Animal Kingdom Lodge. Or, that was like what took, I think, so long, was just the transportation. But we had a really fun time doing that.
So wait, you did a day of going to all the resorts instead of all the parks?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So what did
we didn't make any rules. Like some people said like they have to eat
Yeah.
something or they have to get a map. And I'll fully admit at Fort Wilderness, we got up and we ran and took a picture, and the boat was leaving, so we hopped back on it. But we stayed there, so it's not like we needed to go explore it or anything.
That reminds you of like
that was
that reminds you of vacation
Yeah,
when
that's what
they
I
like
was gonna say, me
when
too.
Clark sees
Yeah.
the Grand Canyon or
Yeah.
whatever, they take the photo and boom, they're gone.
That's exactly
that
what
was
I
pretty
thought.
much it. But it was like by that point it was so hot, and we were like, okay, this boat is. There was, you just had to hop on the different boat, and it was like, we can either be here for, who knows how much longer, or we can just get right back on the boat. So we opted to do that, but we had a lot of fun doing that. Again, it's the beauty of going often, and you just don't feel guilty about not spending your day in the parks. And it was really hot. Like I said, it hadn't been real hot at home. And I'm somebody who loves heat. Like, I'm cold all the time.
Same. But
it even got to me. Like, it was hot. I just don't think my body was ready.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's me right now. Like, I love hot because I'm the same. I'm always cold, but man, it is like we've been working in the last couple nights in our garage trying to put a top on my Jeep, and it's like, whew,
Oh,
I'm not ready yet. I need to
Yeah.
acclimate a couple days, maybe a week. I gotta get ready for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you better
Absolutely.
get on that, because I definitely felt it. So.
Ugh.
But anyway, I just wanted to call back in fresh from being back and just let you all know how much, we agree with Scotty G, and just absolutely loved it there. And
So
Good
that makes
stuff.
my heart
Great
so
vacation.
happy.
This is Scotty G Appreciation Show tonight.
Yeah, I'm digging it. Bet I had internet connection during like 15 minutes of it, but yeah.
He's got
That's
him. Hey, you guys take care and good luck to the Pacers tonight.
all right, thank you so much. We'll talk to you later.
All right, see you later. Take care,
See ya.
Tricia. Bye.
All right, see ya. Bye.
Bye. All right, I think we can sneak in one more if we get a quick one. All right, so let's do this. And it is 407-584-7173. 47. We got a call. Man, I forgot
Fun noise.
Yeah, that's the ringing. Okay, let's do this, and let's just do this and do this and do this. And say hello to our last caller of the night. Hey, who's joining us? Hello,
Hey,
caller.
Mike, it's Matt from Long Island.
Hey, is it Matt? Sorry. Matt?
Matt from Long Island.
Hey,
yeah.
Matt, what's going on? Oh, yeah, you were on it's Matt that was on the show the other day.
Correct.
Hey, your show was so popular, and I appreciate you. Everybody loved it. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
So what's going on? What's
So,
up?
My
What's up?
my wife and I had a quick question because our trip in August, we're doing Vicky's Not So Scary for the first time.
Yep.
And unfortunately, the only time we could do it was the first night, August, I think it was 15th. And we know it's going to be a crazy one because it's the first one because we leave the next day to go home. We just wanted to know any tips you guys have for us. We definitely want to see the parade, but like anything, we know there's probably going to be a lot of
Yeah, I was gonna say
YouTubers, etc.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. My tip
And-
was dress like a YouTuber or a blogger or an Instagrammer. That should be your costume. No.
Yeah, so we've never been. We just were curious if you guys had any advice for us, what to really prioritize for night one in particular, or just the Halloween party.
Scott, thoughts for the Halloween party?
I mean, so I heard you say, Matt, the parade was like one of your top priorities. So, I mean, my rule of thumb, I think you got young kiddos. I haven't listened to the episode yet, but I was just kind of picking up on that a little bit in the Discord. The second parade,
5-year-old and
the sec-
2-year-old.
okay. So the second
5-year-old
parade
and
might
2-year-old,
be
yeah.
challenging to get to, but I always recommend the later
Yeah.
parade if you can, because some people start to, as crazy as that sounds, because it's a expensive hard ticket event, but some people start to disappear. They start to bail a little bit as the night goes on. So getting that second parade, it's less crowded. Maybe some of those vloggers have left for the evening because they got their footage from the first parade.
Yep, that's true.
So you might have a better shot at the second one. And I like to watch it from Frontierland. It's kind of interesting because, like, the Christmas parade, I always love to watch on Main Street USA, but the Halloween parade just the Buddha U always feels
100%.
more themed better in Frontierland. So I like to watch it over there. So that would be kind of like one of my big tips for you right there.
Yeah, a little darker, I'm assuming, like being over in Frontierland compared to Main Street.
Yeah, there's something about there's this, I don't want to give any spoilers. I don't know what you know about the parade, but how it starts off.
We've watched it.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm assuming it's pretty similar.
Okay, well, the headless horseman. Like,
Yes.
there's just something. There's just something about seeing that in
Yeah.
Frontierland that like gives me chills
Yes.
as opposed to seeing it on Main Street USA. Like I don't know. I just think it's cool.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, like somewhere between like Liberty Tree Tavern and like the Country Bears, like in there ish. Yeah, like it's a good spot to see it. Like where the DVC lounge is now. We
Yeah,
used to always say like
that's
the
a good
shooting
spot.
gallery area. Yeah.
Sure, yeah. Do you guys usually find that like the bloggers and stuff leave earlier than like so later in the night? It's usually less crowded.
I've only gone to one of those things on like opening night when all the, you know, Instagrammers and all those people are there, the social media people, and they are like, they're kind of aggressive on getting their footage and stuff, but they're going to be going after merchandise and like, they're going to be in the stores trying to get like all the exclusive, you know, getting pictures and videos of all the exclusive shirts and popcorn buckets and all that junk, you know, and then they are going to be in snacks, but they are going to be very aggressive. But the thing is, they're going to also want to get that stuff because again, they always want to be first, right? I mean, the first by like minutes. So they're going to be staked out like at the very beginning of the parade, at the very first parade. So like where the parade steps off, they're going to be like in town square at the first parade. So Scott's exactly right. They're going to probably get the first parade and stay to the fireworks, get the fireworks, and then they're probably going to be out. But they're not going to be around anything. They're going to get footage of one shot of everything that's new. You know what I'm saying? Because they have to get it to cover it, to be able to write about it, to be able to post pictures, videos, stuff like that on the internet. But, you know, I don't think they're going to bother you because for most of that stuff, you know, there's like, it's, you know, you can see the fireworks with 1 million people watching it. Same with the parade. So I think it's not going to bother you too much. I think it'll be good.
It's just the merchandise for me is the biggest concern because like I've seen videos and it's sad to me just because like people rushing, like just being really rude, honestly, like trying to go after merchandise. Like it's not civil at all, if you ask me.
When somebody will buy up 50 things like rudely to just sell on eBay, you know,
and just like being really aggressive, like kind of like physically, like kind of like knocking people down, kind of, or like, I don't know. So that's why I would just steer away from like the merchandise in the beginning. I mean, that stuff's going to be there at the end of the night anyway. If you wanted something, I think, unless it was like a really like exclusive item, like a pin or something.
And it's dirty. If it's not going to be around at the end of the party, come on now.
Yeah, I think it still would be. Yeah. So like, I would kind of stay that for the end. But again, like we talked at the beginning, man, like I know you got young kids, so, and it's the end of your trip too, so they might be pretty tired. So it's just like, as long as it just depends on how far they can last that night. Maybe a big nap in the middle of the day would be good, but I would just kind of see that.
We're Wilderness Lodge, so we're not doing anything all day, and we're just going to take the boat over once we're allowed in. So we're hoping just kind of hang out in the pool, hang out in the AC, get naps, and then we're hoping we're really just going to push it as long as we can because our flight home is until like 5:45 p.m. the next day. So we don't have to be up.
I thought you were going to say AM.
I know, for a second, I thought the same thing. I'm like, dude, you are aggressive.
We just won't go to bed. No. We'll just stay up for 48 hours.
Right. Might as well at that point.
That's Scott would do.
It's at night, so we're just hoping like to get the kids rested as much as we can. Ideally, we'd like to stay as long as we can, but you know, that's why we were wondering, like, with such young kids, like what our best options would be. We would like to see the merchandise, but end of the day, you know, I'd rather do other things like ride, you know, even get onto shorter ride lines. And we're so new to the after hour stuff that we figured we'd give you guys a call. And well, we appreciate
it's so much fun.
Yeah,
the atmosphere is fun. I mean, Halloween in August is kind of weird. So I've been to
that is true.
I've been to the second party once, and like, I mean, we just dressed as runners, you know, like, and I've been another, so we could wear shorts, you know, I went another year where we were Jungle Cruise skippers and we just wore like it was a really cool outfit, like my wife made, but like, it was just, we try to wear like lighter kind of clothing. And that's why I just recommend, if you're going to do costumes, try to find something like that. And then always our summer tips, like just go in and out of places with AC as much as you can. Like even as the sun sets, it's still going to be hot, you know, in August. So try to cool down as much as you can so that you can make it to the BOGP parade, because that is the highlight of the party for me.
Yeah. So what I would say, prioritize real quick, Matt, prioritize the parade number 1. I'd say the trick-or-treating with the kids number 2, because they're going to get a huge kick out of that, dude. That is awesome. Like, make sure you do make sure you do that candy's going to melt. And I mean, think about a day like today. It could be this hot. Like, it
Yeah.
could be really hot. But I mean, the experience of going through and getting the candy from the cast members, that's amazing. I mean, that's fun. So the kids will, so I'd trick or treating with the kids, probably number 2. Make sure you see the fireworks. Like get a decent spot because the fireworks, the soundtrack, that's pretty cool. And then everything else kind of beyond those 3 things is kind of gravy, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, we're not telling our kids about the trip. We're surprising them the morning of, and then
wow.
we get there. Our neighbors are going to meet us there, who we're very good friends with. So we're surprising them, see our neighbors, and then the last hurrah is going to be the Halloween party. So we're hoping when we tell her, because she said to us, she was like, "Oh, next time we go, we should do a Halloween party." And we're like, "Have you been listening to us?" We're like, where did this come from? And so we're hoping by telling her. And, my son's too young, but that we're going to the Halloween party, it's just like a jolt of energy for her. And she'll just, like the Energizer Bunny, just keep going until the very end. And my son sleeps in the stroller. He sleeps in the stroller.
Best laid plans. It's June. We'll see how it goes down in August.
Yeah.
You know, we get across our fingers. Yeah. Let's hope. Yeah, it'll be great.
So far, so good. We've almost slipped a couple times. But, yeah, I appreciate you guys for all the advice, and we'll take that into consideration and let you know how it goes.
All right, appreciate
it. You'll have to call in.
Yeah,
You'll be like the Be Our Guest vlogger,
Yeah,
you'll
exactly.
have to let us know like all the new tastes and how everything was,
You'll be our official influencer from Long Island.
Oh yeah, there you go.
We'll get you a hat or something. All right, we appreciate it. Hey, take care of that family. Thanks for calling in, buddy.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Scott. Have a good one.
Take care.
Have a good one, Matt.
Bye-bye. All right. So one show to go on Sunday nights before we cruise.
Oh man, that's crazy.
That is crazy. I mean, it's almost time to pack. I mean, we're getting not quite, but like it's almost time to make piles, right? Is that like
piles,
where do you where do you stand? Because you leave on that Wednesday before, right? Is that when you fly down?
Yeah. So when this is hitting the feed, like I'm within a week now, so. It's hard because like the summertime trips are hard because like I'm kind of wearing the same clothes that I would wear like when I go down there, like with my shorts. Like when it's a wintertime trip, like I'm not wearing shorts here, so like it's easy to like start making those piles. But me, like I have a problem. Like I always wear like a couple new shirts, like it's just fun, so like I got like 4 or 5 new shirts coming in the mail right now, so like those will definitely go in a pile.
Yeah, I know. I have the same old stuff. I wear the same dumb clothes all the time.
And I feel like with the vlog too, like I always don't want to like wear the same shirt like in every episode too. So I don't know. I'm just weird like that.
I like it. You're thinking.
Yeah, I mean the piles will start for sure. Like the laundry will definitely be like a little more aggressive this next week, making sure like everything looks good. Like, oh no, like I got a hole in this sock and then we gotta go get some more socks now or whatever.
That
like
is where I'm at. Yeah. Like I'm taking the inventory on like, okay, like how the vitamins look, how does the, Tylenol look? Like I start thinking about that, like, okay, yeah, exactly. All that, like, is everything gonna be carrying us through all the way to like, because we're coming back on the 11th of July. So it's exciting though. Like we're getting, because it's, it seemed like so far away, but I mean, we're locked in now. Like we, plans are there and
I'm still not cleared yet though. So
you're still not cleared because everybody in the Discord's almost cleared. So it's because you didn't submit a good picture, right? Is that what it was?
I know. I submitted new ones this week, so hopefully, fingers crossed, I get cleared.
Yeah, well, if not, take a good picture of us when we're sailing away. I mean, Emily will be on the ship, right? She cleared.
Emily will be there though. Yeah,
we'll take good care of her.
We'll have to quick change the logo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it'll be what Magic at Sea with Mike and Emily.
There,
Scotty G. We'll just like superimpose her.
Yeah, we better make a backup logo right now.
Exactly. It's a good thing you guys rhyme, so we don't blow the whole logo.
Man,
well, that's good.
Funny.
All right. Well, we're gonna jump out of here. We'll have shows this week: Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Don't forget, we have a fun podcast. By the way, we have a great show coming your way on Monday. It's a Princess Half Marathon recap just in time. I love this. Just in time for Princess registration on Tuesday, which the show comes out for Monday, just so that you lose your sleep on Monday night, getting ready to sign up on Tuesday for Princess 2026. No, Adam comes out with us, but he ran his very first in-person Run Disney event last year at the Princess Half Marathon. But here's the thing. He didn't know he was running the half marathon until right before the race. It was unexpected. He was just going to do the 5K. but he got a bib in an unexpected way. So you got to listen to the show. That's called a teaser as to hear the story. And he was running for somebody for a great reason. So you got to hear the show. It's a great story. So that's going to be on the feed later. If you're listening now in like an hour, but if you're listening to this on the feed, obviously it was on Monday. So go back and check it out with Adam. It's a great story. All right. Don't forget today's podcast and all of our podcasts brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We are standing by this week and all the time to help you plan great Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, and Adventure by Disney Vacations. The best part, no additional cost to you, absolutely free, and we're a platinum earmarked agency. And if you don't know what that means Disney recognizes there's a whole bunch of travel agencies out there. I mean, there are tons of them, but there are only a very, very few that are recognized by Disney for being platinum earmarked because of the amount of business they do with Disney and the customer service they give their guests. That is the magic for less travel. Year after year, platinum earmark, that means a lot. That means you're going to get great service every time. So check it out. Next time you want to plan a trip, work with the best. It's over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. Just click through that. Prime Day is coming up while we're on the cruise. It's almost the whole time we're on the cruise. It's the 8th to the 11th. So during Prime Days, please use our link. That'd be great. And let's see, we have the Patreon. So thank you to everybody who supports us on Patreon. You guys are the best. Keep us on the air. It's $5 a month, and it goes to all of our hosting sites and everything like that. You also get a bonus show every week called Mike in the Midwest. This week's show, we talked about, let's see, that we have this excessive heat warning going on here in St. Louis for 4 days. In the 80s, this was just called summer. You just went out and drank out of the hose. I talked about what a typical day was like in the 80s when I was a kid, when it was hot. Now it's like an excessive heat warning. If you walk outside, it's a first alert weather day. You're going to burst into flames, but it is hot. But, I don't think we made such a big deal out of it when I was a kid, but we'll talk about it. So you can check that out. So anyway, just go over to, if you want to get in on that bonus show every week, it's called Mike in the Midwest, patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. Let's see, social media at beourguestmike for me, at epscott for Scott, x.com, Instagram, and Threads. And Scott, of course, Must See Adventures. We talked about it during the show. Was it Adam?
Matt in Pittsburgh.
Matt in Pittsburgh? No, it was Utah. Andrew in Utah.
Oh, Andrew in Utah.
I was talking about it. Yeah. So tell us about what's happening over on the channel for everybody who has not been to Norway lately.
Yeah, so we're in the middle of our Hawaii series. So we just checked out of the Royal Hawaiian. So our latest episode is like 3 acts. So we do a overview of the beautiful Royal Hawaiian Hotel, and then we check into Disney's Aulani. I know a lot of people have been asking to see that. So we do the drive over there. We do a room tour, #room tour with Liz. So that's kind of fun. And then we go to a local spot. We go to a distillery in the mountains. So kind of cool there. So 3 acts, it's over an hour long. That's so like, it's a lot of fun. So I hope you like this one. And then soon we'll have our next episode where we go and pick up Emily and have fun on the East Shore. So like and subscribe. It's a lot of fun. Must See Adventures, baby. Dun, 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 I know. That was fun. Yeah, like a couple episodes ago. Yeah. We saw the police station, right?
Yes.
For Hawaii.
I can't. Every time I see that thing, that's all I think. So check it out. Like and subscribe. Must See Adventures over on YouTube. Check it out right now. All right, so we are going to get out of. Oh, also, don't forget, join us in the clubhouse. Absolutely free for everybody. We don't charge for ours. It's not like a Patreon exclusive or anything like that. It's for everybody because we just like to hang out and have a good time, build community. It's amazing. So come on over. It's beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. We'll see you there ASAP. All right, so we'll have the shows out this week. Hope you enjoy them, and we'll do this again next Sunday night. So be here because this is the last one. Because we're going to take that 1 week off because it's going to be really hard to do the show when we're on the Disney Magic eating at Rapunzel's. That'd be too hard. But we'll be back the next week because I'll be home. I'm only going to be gone for 1 week. All right. So Scott will be gone, but I'll do the show solo with you guys. So I'll make it happen. All right.
Week, but it's going to be loaded with memories.
We'll have stories. We'll have stories for show. So that's how it's going to go. All right. So for Scott, I'm Mike. Wishing you a great Sunday night or Thursday if you're on the feed. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon.
You've been listening to the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. If you have questions, comments, or would like to be a guest on the show, please visit our website at beourguestpodcast.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you real soon.